let's go. Let's get right into it. It's episode 572, Soul Not For Sale podcast. And in this episode, we got Trump. And Trump is calling out Fox. And more importantly, he's calling out Rupert Murdoch. Now, I'm just going to say this. Trump and Tucker sit down to do an interview. They do it despite, as almost as a shot at Fox, right? Saying we don't need your company. We're going to do something else. It's going to be way bigger. It's way more important. And it was. Then you have Tucker not taking shots at Fox, but all of the mainstream media. And now you have Trump taking shots at Rupert Murdoch himself, labeling him as a globalist. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but I would assume it is. I would. I'm not going to lie to you. Given all the connections that Fox has in terms of their ownership and certain companies that own, but we'll get into that a little later. But right now you're about to hear Trump call out Fox, call out Rupert Murdoch, and not lie at all. No lies in this. Detect the lie if you can. Point it out to me, because I see no lies within everything he says right now. Before I bring you that clip, of course, you know what? I was gonna start with We the People, but we might as well start with the man himself, since this is what this video is about anyway. The man himself, the shot heard around the world, the presidential mugshot tee. We also have hoodies available and tank tops, just so you know. We also have the certified pure blood shirt for those of you that survived the pandemic unscathed and stayed pure blood. Go and get your certificate of achievement now. And we also have the Public Enemy #1 shirt. Google the World Economic Forum, Google Agenda 2030. You'll soon see why I've branded that man as Public Enemy #1. All of that's available on IamCoachColin.com. And if you want 10% off, all you got to do is put in the discount code IamCoachColin. All capital letters, all one word, one L in the name Colin, gets you 10% off on us. Thank you so much if you've already done that with us. Now let's listen to Trump do what Trump does best. Let's get it.
Fox News and the Wall Street Journal fight me because Murdoch is a globalist. That's right, Rupert Murdoch is a globalist. You don't know that. And I am America first. It's very simple. I put America first. It will always be that way, so get used to it. The sanctimonious, by the way, is done. He was a Murdoch pick, just like Jeb Bush was a Murdoch pick. How did that work out? Just like Hillary Clinton. Murdoch liked Hillary Clinton, crooked Hillary. And that was another pick of Murdoch. No, we are about America first, and some people don't like that. The Wall Street Journal has totally lost its way. They say anything that happens to come to mind. They pushed the sanctimonious so hard, and now they're looking for somebody else because he's failed. He's fallen like a rock. He's fallen like a very badly injured bird out of the sky. But I just want to thank everybody for the tremendous support you've given me. We're leading in the polls by 50 and 60 points, and we're beating Biden by 5, 6, 7, 11. We have a lot of great polls with Biden. The guy can't put two sentences together. How can he win? So thank you all very much. Why does Fox News constantly put on slow-thinking and lethargic Bill Barr, who didn't have the courage or stamina to fight the radical left lunatics while he was the Attorney General of the United States, and who, even more importantly, refused to fight election fraud, of which there was much? He knew what was going on. Just look at his past remarks. Unless Fox News starts putting on the right people, their ratings will continue to erode. They're down 35% from just a short while ago. That's because people don't want to hear Bill Barr, they don't want to hear Karl Rove, and they don't want to hear Mark Thiessen. And some of these people, to put it nicely, they don't want to hear these people. They want to hear the people that are going to turn around our country. They want to hear the people that are going to make America great again. And until they do, Fox will suffer in the ratings. And frankly, it may be too late. Their debate was the lowest rated debate in history. And right opposite the debate, they had the highest rated interview in history. I won't say who participated in that interview, because I want to keep things nice and friendly. But Fox News should get on the proper road. It's a road to greatness. It's a road to making America great again and putting America first. And if they do that, they will see their ratings surge again, maybe. But maybe it's too late. Thank you very much. The debate on Fox News had a hard time with the proverbial ratings. You know what television ratings are? It's all about the ratings. It was one of the lowest ever rated in terms of debates, if not the lowest. It showed that many of those participating are second tier. They were second tier people, people like Christie and people like Ada, I call him Ada Hutchinson, and merely pretenders to the throne. They're just pretenders to the throne. These aren't presidential people. These aren't presidential talents. Some of the answers were so bad, with delivery even worse. The numbers were less than half of what they were in a debate that I happened to participate on 2016. Not a good way to start the fight against crooked Joe Biden and his absolute lunatic thugs. We will not let this country suffer anymore under the reign of a man that can't put two sentences together. Crooked Joe Biden. He's the worst president in the history of our country. He's the most corrupt president. And frankly, he's the most incompetent president. We will win in 2024. We're going to make our country great again. Thank you very much. Wow.
You know what I mean? We're the lies. We're the lies. I mean, he's speaking facts here. Honestly, I don't know. He's everything he's saying is right. You know what's funny about Trump is that he has this way of he's not the everyman because he's a billionaire. You know, we know that, right? But he is a normal guy. You can be a billionaire and be a normal guy, and he's a normal guy in the sense of, you know, you hear him talking about the polls. He's like 5, 7, 11, you know, and when you hear that, you're kind of like, get out of here. Like he just threw those numbers out there. But what's actually happening is he has people around him. He's a normal guy, but he still has the whole team of people around him who are showing him polls. This poll, we're up this poll. So he's just he's stating facts, but the way he says it is such a regular guy way that you're like, I don't know if I believe that. But I mean, come on, it's Trump. You have to believe what's going on, especially with the way he's swaying the black vote right now. And it's not even him that's doing it. It's Biden that's doing it for him. It's ridiculous. Oh, man. But the way he called out Fox, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. Now, you know, Tucker's been nothing but nice about Fox. He keeps saying, you know, the Murdochs were nice to me. He's playing it really, really nice. But he has to be enjoying this. He has to be enjoying this. Doing the Trump interview was such a jab at Fox. It wasn't even a jab. It was like a Hail Mary left hook with a kick in the stomach after. It just was. It was wild. I mean, that interview is at 300 million. It's like neighboring. It's close to 300 million views right now. It's nuts. And then if you take on top of that all of the content creators that have made clips of it, myself included, we're at like 1 billion for sure. Straight up. It's very interesting that he, and then he goes after Rupert Murdoch. And I was watching an interview recently with Tucker Carlson, and Tucker Carlson actually states that Rupert Murdoch and Trump, they don't like each other, which is obvious on Trump's side of things, but I did not know that. But it makes a lot of sense. You know, he calls him a globalist, and it feels like it's out of nowhere, but it's not. You have to think, Rupert Murdoch is in the same age group as like Henry Kissinger, not to compare him to those men at all, but he is in the same age ranges like George Soros and like all of these guys who we know and love, right? You know, so he is Klaus Schwab. Like he's in those age ranges. Like he's the same age as these gentlemen. He's 92 years old. So he is in those ranks. He's valued at $17 billion. I would probably consider him a globalist. You know, when I brought up at the beginning of this episode the ownership of Fox, I mean, you'll see a lot of State Street owning a little bit of Fox, see some BlackRock owning a little bit of Fox. You know, they're connected to the pharmaceutical, you know. He has the markings of everybody, of a person who would be a global citizen, aka someone who is a part of the New World Order and will embrace a one world government. And I know that feels like I just made a little jump there, but believe me, when you've researched as much as I have, it's easy to make that jump. I enjoy Trump doing this quite a bit, calling out Fox as he should. They are down 35%. It is too late, in my opinion. They would have to get rid of most people that they have and get a bunch of people like me. That's what it would take. They would have to reset and be like, we're no longer after people who are 45 to 55, 60, and we have to go after the young people. They would have to get a bunch of young people with colorful hats that look like Russell Brand with their shirts open. Like, they would really have to do something crazy to re-inject life into this company. It's dying out. It's dying out. They would have to start podcasts and stuff. You know, Jesse Waters would have to start like dating a supermodel. They would have to start doing some wild stuff. They would have to ask Tucker to come back. They would have to do everything. So what did you think about what Trump had to say just now? Do you think that he is overstating what he's saying? You know what? I am asking that question, but I'll tell you, he's not. He's not. And these attacks, I wouldn't call it an attack, but he's calling them out pretty hard. And he deserves to do so. They don't talk about him. You know, in another clip, I have Tucker Carlson talking about Fox News. And he's talking about how they don't like Trump and how they don't want to bring Trump up. They don't want to talk about Trump so much. But he is the main person, even above the current president. He is the main person in politics today. So if you don't want to talk about him, you're not really covering the news. And I'm kind of saying that that's exactly what Tucker said. You're not really covering the news at that point. Like, what are you doing at that point? You know? It's very, very interesting to see what's going on between all these people. But again, I will say Tucker did something masterful by by doing this whole thing against Fox. And I know it's not against Fox because Tucker wouldn't do that, you know, because he loves Fox. He says he's so grateful to them, and I'm sure he is. But these have been some death blows that Tucker has served up, and now Trump is just like putting the nail in the coffin with stuff like this. Oh man, you love to see it. You love to see it. Just what? Late April, Fox was like, we got rid of Tucker, we got rid of this person, that person. We're going to be just fine. What are those people going to do? Oh, they're making shows in their spare rooms, in their basements. Oh, how they were loving what happened. Just, you know, we're going to muzzle him. Lawsuits. He's not allowed to make a show. All of this stuff. Come September now, everything's changed. By the time we get into 2024, I don't know what they're going to be. I really don't. I have no idea. Let me know what you think in the comments, though. Like the video if you haven't liked it already. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And other than that, Trump 2024. I'm out.